Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Freddy are back. And this time, they won't be contained. Yes, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The sequel movie, which was also inspired by the sequel game to the hit indie horror game Five Nights at Freddy's, is finally here. Once again, Josh Hutcherson and his young co-host, or co-star, star as a brother and sister who are still dealing with the trauma of having survived Five Nights at Freddy's. But turns out that wasn't the first Freddy's. There was an earlier location with new animatronics, or should I say old animatronics, that also experienced tragedy. And yes, the villain from the previous film was responsible. Overall, I'd say it was a solid sequel. The new old animatronics look amazing. In fact, all the animatronics featured in the film are A, practically done, and B, very unsettling in their movements and their various expressions. You feel like the monsters of the games stepped into reality. If these things came at you, you'd probably panic, evacuate, and evacuate, if you know what I mean. So yeah, the animatronics looked amazing. Everything was done practically. So hats off to everyone involved. As for the human characters, like I said, they're still dealing with trauma, and it's believable. Hutcherson's character, he's trying to bury the past. His character's sister, she wants to reminisce with her friends, i.e. the animatronics. Meanwhile, the love interest, who was revealed to be related to an integral character, she's trying to deal with her past, even though it refuses to let her go. And their stories culminate in a pretty satisfying, if slightly tragic, cliffhanger, which will lead us to the third film, hopefully. The story itself is pretty decent. We get to visit the Freddy's from the first film, and we get to visit the Freddy's from the sequel game, only we get to see the whole place, not just the one hallway in front of the office. And it was impressive. It puts even the biggest Chuck E. Cheese to shame. Those of you old enough to remember Chuck E. Cheese in its heyday. The various scenes, both in the past and the present, and a bit in the future, are beautiful and ugly at the same time. It's kind of hard to describe. It's like glorious decay. That's what I picture when I think about the images I just saw. So yeah, overall, the portrayal of the places and the characters in the film stays true to what the creators of Five Nights at Freddy's envisioned, I think. And like I said, the ending was a cliffhanger. I'm not going to go into too many spoilers. But overall, I'm looking forward to the third film, which, if you're familiar with the games, is set in the future in a haunted attraction based off of Freddy's, with bits and pieces from the original place. And hopefully they'll figure out a way to accurately portray that environment. And maybe we'll get to see our cast members back for one last big scare. Whether or not we'll see the sister location, who knows? Because while there were some Easter eggs that I'm not going to spoil, where the franchise goes after number 3, hard to tell. But hopefully we'll be getting more of Freddy Fazbear and company in the future. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, animatronics are terrifying because we as humans were trained by evolution to be suspicious of something that looks human but clearly isn't. Probably because before we became top of the pyramid, there were humanoids that could have passed for us, but were clearly a threat. And those ancient instincts live on. Enjoy your pizza.